Central African Time. Good evening and welcome to Sport on Prime Time. I'm Simon Burke. This is what's happening in your world of sport. The South African government has endorsed SA Rugby's bid to host the 2023 Rugby World Cup. But there are strict conditions that come with that support. Minister of Sport Thula Nxesi says Cabinet will be fully behind the efforts to host the rugby spectacle, provided the total cost does not exceed 2.7 billion rand.
Both government and SA Rugby believe South Africa has what it takes to host a successful World Cup in 2023. South Africa has a good track record of successfully hosting major international events. It hosted the Rugby World Cup back in 1995 and won it. Other major sporting events hosted thereafter include the 2003 Cricket World Cup, the 2009 Confederations Cup, and the most successful FIFA World Cup in 2010. The infrastructure is already in place, but lessons have been learned, and the country is not prepared to commit the same mistakes it made in the past.
We have learned from the 2010 World Cup various mistakes which were committed, where we ended up with a lot of money which had to be paid after the tournament. And we've put very stringent conditions, and all that must be followed in relation to this World Cup.
In March this year, South Africa failed to meet key obligations despite being the sole candidate to host the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Durban.
We were also not happy with the condition that Commonwealth Games Federation wanted to put, that we must accept a French-based company called Lagardère to really sell the rights on our behalf. These rights belong to us. We shouldn't allow to be bullied by international federations anymore. And I think when the minister say we have learned from the 2010 World Cup, he really means it, and we have learned a lot, and we will not repeat the mistakes that happened back then now.
Former Sports Minister Fikile Mbalula announced that government would not allow certain sporting codes, including rugby, to bid for major international events if they fail to meet certain transformation criteria. However, there has been a change of heart after noticeable commitment from SA Rugby.
Our target with World Rugby was, and for government, was 190,000. We already have 170,000 kids introduced to schools on our database, which we have got sustainable programs in place. So I think we've met our targets. We continue working at it. We can do better. We can do better in some Super Rugby teams. Our Springbok team will be announced shortly. You will look at the makeup of the team, and then you can see the differences from now and what happened in 1995.
World Rugby will announce the host nation for the 2023 Rugby World Cup on 15 November, with Ireland and France also bidding to host the tournament. Sfiso Ramara, SABC News, Pretoria.